Audience, my son has agreed to perform this so that I, an immigrant, could have a voice. He does not understand this. He has never had to leave all that he knew and loved in order to survive. And though I have not seen much of the world, I believe that what I have to share is relevant to many people. Thank you for listening. Forgive the translation. And now, the poem. Welcome to the third world. Too late to run now. You gave us visas to do what was beneath you, and we are tired of sleeping where your waist is sent. So we coming over, and you can't do nothing. Now, 10 years ago, if you had asked me, I would have been able to recite every Asian proverb known to mankind. 5 years ago, I would have bragged about the Made in China tattoo that I wanted on the back of my foot. But today, if you ask me about my heritage, I'd probably just joke about how being an Asian woman is the reason why I'm going to fail my driver's test. It seems that over time, the pride in having a family from immigrants has slowly turned into shame. And as we try to break stereotypes and find our little yellow spot in this white world that we live in, too often we forget about the sacrifices that had to be made in order for us to be here. In poetry, Conquered, Colonized, Colonialized by Bosia, prose, Good Enough by Paula Yu, and A Step from Heaven by Ann Na, we see that life, as the child of an immigrant, can be difficult. Or as my parents like to put it, 总会是特别难. But forgive the translation. A program. How to make your Korean parents happy. Part 1. Get a perfect score on the ACTs. See, my parents are Korean, which means that their American dream is for their oldest child to be accepted at every Ivy League university in the country so they can brag about it to their Korean friends. Harmony, what is heaven? Well, heaven is with God, in a place where there is only goodness and love. Can we go there tomorrow? No, heaven is in the sky, and it's very far away. The generation cleaning your toilets will beget the generation doing your taxes will beget your son-in-law. We've had to learn to adapt without a balanced diet, and we are not forgetting the depths that brought us here. Migu, America. This is a magic word. Appa says that in Migu, everyone can make lots of money and live in big houses. Oma says that all the Omas of Migu are pretty, like dolls. Then, one day, Appa gets a letter that makes him hug Oma so tight her eyes cry. Now, whenever Appa says Migu, all he can do is smile. Migu is the best word. How to make your Korean parents happy. Part 2. Don't talk to boys. They will distract you from your studies, and as a result, your grades will plummet, and you will not be accepted into Harvard, Yale, Princeton. When will the bus get us to Migu? No, this is not a bus. This is an airplane. We will be going up and up and up. America is heaven. But I do not understand why Migu is only for Appa and Oma and me. God said everyone can go to heaven. Maybe God is a big liar. Oma, can everyone go to heaven? Well, yes, if they are God's children. Your children are too spoiled to stop this immigration problem. Our May I Take Your Order sends dollars, pounds, euro, and yen back home. Gives our children education with computers, our families houses with doors, and our communities relief that beer could not provide. The first world taught the third world how to use other countries in order to benefit the motherland. So now we gonna colonize your Korean parents happy. Part 3. Get a hook for the Ivy Leagues. See, straight A's and getting a super high score on the ACTs is not enough. So 13 years ago, I was given a violin. To my parents' relief, I turned out to be good at the violin. Actually, I was more than good. I was really good. So why don't I apply to music school instead of the Ivies? Because music is too risky, according to my parents. And even though I love playing the violin, it's my hook, and not my future. School is my future, Oma and Appa say. I do not like the word future. Except school is not in the future, school is now. Well, yes, you are here now, so you need to learn how to become a Migu girl. Here, try this drink. Everyone in Migu loves Coca-Cola. They drink it like water. The drink is like swallowing tiny fish bones. This is what me goop people love. I take a big swallow of the hurting drink. This is not heaven. How to make your Korean parents happy. Part 4. Don't rock the boat. Keep a low profile. Stay out of trouble. But when I play the violin, it feels like everything else disappears and I'm in my own world. All I can feel is the violin. All I can hear is the violin. Am I applying for any music schools? I haven't even looked at the Juilliard application my violin teacher gave me. But I'm forced to think about life after graduation without violin. And I feel empty. How to lie to your hardworking and honest Korean parents because you feel like you have no other choice. The woman at Juilliard asks to hear the Mendelssohn. I shut out the judges and the blinking fluorescent lights. The classroom disappears and the judges disappear, and I'm in my own world. When I finish, the woman with the clipboard smiles, and I can't stop smiling from the train station to my home. From Brixton to the Bay, Tokyo to Paris, Sydney to Houston, we learns fast and we breeds faster. So thank you for teaching us capitalism. Now let us teach you something that your salaries could not. You live in a world. At the checkout line in Target, I stand in front of my classmate Stephanie and her mother. My dad went off to buy a pair of socks and it's our turn at the register. The cashier rings up the price and where's my dad? This is ridiculous, I hear Stephanie's mom say. Where did that Chinese man go? Chinese man? What does my dad's race have to do with this? He's not even Chinese. My dad comes back and apologizes to Stephanie's mom. Excuse me? Is he speaking English? Unbelievable. These people, they come to our country and they don't even bother learning the language. These people... My dad doesn't say a word. My dad, who graduated from the most prestigious university in Korea. My dad, who even though he has an accent, speaks fluent English, but to people like Stephanie's mom, none of this matters because the only thing she can ever see is the color of our skin. So what's the point of going to a nice college and becoming successful if in the end of the day we're just gonna keep running into more people like Stephanie's mom who will never, ever think that we can win? You've chosen to win at the expense of another's loss. Your willful ignorance is just plain whack, and your most favored nation status has only given you boredom, terrorism, and high-speed internet access. We are going to serve the first world until you realize that we're not just here to serve you. You have been accepted to Dartmouth. Congratulations, Miss Yoon. The college acceptance letters arrived. Dear Miss Yoon, on behalf of the admissions committee at Columbia, we are proud to. Dear Miss Yoon, it is our pleasure to welcome you to Yale University's class of. Dear Miss Yoon, it is with real pleasure that the admissions committee at Cornell. Dear Miss Yoon, congratulations on your acceptance into Princeton. Dear Miss Yoon, the University of Pennsylvania would like to extend congratulations. It's over. It's finally over. Now everyone can leave me alone because I did what they wanted. I got into all of the Ivy Leagues and... Wait. There's still one more envelope. Juilliard School of Music. Dear Miss Yoon, congratulations. I got into Juilliard. I got into Juilliard. We are gonna serve the first world until you can't ignore us by just going click. Until our children stop being born as the enemy. Until the first world stops seeing the third world as a different place. Mom, Dad, I got into Juilliard. Why aren't you happy? You're supposed to be happy. This is supposed to be the happiest moment of my life, and instead... No, I have to say something, because my parents aren't the only ones who are unhappy right now. How to stop making your Korean parents happy and start making yourself happy. Part 1. Dear audience, my son has agreed to perform this so that I, an immigrant, could have a voice. He does not understand this. He has never had to leave all that he knew and loved in order to survive. And though I have not seen much of the world, I believe that what I have to say is relevant to many people. Thank you for listening. Forgive the translation.